This broadcast is presented by the authority of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated is prohibited. On the PCSRA Sports and Gaming Channel from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to Triple P on the Blue Hedgehog TV. Now here's the voice of the PCSRA, Mr. Daniel Voiles.
Welcome to the $3,686 of How in the World Did We Start Doing a Fun Show edition of Triple P. I'm Dina Voiles here on January 8th, 2024. I first off want to apologize for not having a Triple P episode last year. Things have been happening in the last couple of days that are lately that has been on everybody's bucket list. So, it's good to be back doing the show once again and doing it here on Twitch TV, which hope everybody can follow me on Twitch TV. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you hit that subscribe button for all of the amazing content that I'm going to do, including this amazing episode. So this is something new I'm doing for 2024. Hope everybody is looking forward to this deal. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, do not be afraid to let me know in the comment section of this video. So yeah, with that being said, let us go to, as I'm looking down here, video downloader on Twitch, which I'll end up posting the video onto the deal. So let's go over a couple of things that has been going on since we were last with you. We start off with the couple of rides that have been taken care of here. As I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Pull up my thing. Of course, Cody Ware has been reinstated by the PCSRA. Hi, two people in the or in the Twitch chat, or if you're watching this premiered on YouTube. And yeah, so Cody Ware got reinstated just recently, and he was suspended indefinitely because his ex-girlfriend had to investigate him while he was still driving for Rick Ware Racing, and Beauhaven, that sponsored him, ended up losing a crap load of money. I think they said like $350,000 per race to hire some other people to drive the 51 car for the rest of the 2023 season. Boy, that's not good losing money, if you ask me. It's actually bad losing money as far as that is concerned. So, I'm happy for Cody Ware coming back to NASCAR. I don't know what the future has in store for him, and I need to. I'm going to just ignore this. Oh wait, let's see. Sorry to bother you. Yeah, I don't care about the stream rising deal, but anyway, I thought it was a hard. I bet Cody Ware felt really bad, because what could have been an interesting race, or not interesting race, an interesting season if this sort of things didn't happen. And it's a shame because I was really hoping Cody Ware wasn't going to be in the news, but stuff like that happens, and I'm happy he got reinstated. But now the big question is that what is he going to do for 2024? I mean, I know he is the son of Rick Ware himself, and I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see as far as that is concerned for him and all that. He drove the number 51 Rick Ware racing car in, let me see how many races he ran last season. Do not help me. I can look it up. 1 second before I have to throw something off a cliff in a minute. Um, I had to go to my channel so you didn't have to hear that random shit that pops up out of nowhere. So yeah, a couple of things that have happened recently, which I need to actually. That reminds me. I will look at that later. YouTube or not YouTube. Let me do. Muted. Thank you. There we go. Sorry about that. So you didn't have to hear my little echo or echo in that part. So anyway, um, it is coming in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2004. Noah Gragson suspended indefinitely by NASCAR for using, I think it was like a meme about the George Floyd deal, which I'm not going to get into politics or anything like that, but I will say um, it was not a good tweet what he did, and he ended up losing a lot of sponsorships, which I think one of the sponsors I think that was on the 42 last year left him, which is a bit sad, but that's sports business for y'all, so you gotta accept that. And of course, his replacement will be John Hunter Nemechek, who had a great season in the Xfinity Series. Now he's driving the 42 car in the Cup Series for 2024. Let me see. Of course, Carson Hocevar replacing Ty Dillon. Don't know what Ty Dillon's doing for next year. AJ Allmendinger going to be back in the Xfinity Series for Colleague Racing. I don't know what the plans will be with the Cup operation as far as that. I don't know if Allmendinger is going to run the Cup car part time. I don't know as far as that's concerned. I know Colleague Racing is still working on that, but we'll have to wait and see. Justin Haley's already gone to Rick Ware Racing. Driver of the second RWR ride is to be determined, to be announced. Front Row Motorsports will still keep Michael McDowell and Todd Gillen. Busch Beer's already gone to Ross Chastain. One other sponsorship that kind of blinded a lot of people was Hunt Brothers Pizza, that was on the number 4 of Kevin Harvick before he announced his retirement this past season, which he ended his racing career on a not so good note. But I wished Kevin Harvick good luck with Fox Sports. Hunt Brothers Pizza ended up moving over to the number 22 team of Joey Logano for Team Penske Racing. When I saw that news, I was kind of a little surprised that it went to Penske Racing, because you normally don't see Stewart Haas Racing losing a lot of sponsorship, but with how bad this past season was in 2023, they hope to get 2024 off on the right note. And it's going to be challenging, with this lineup. I mean, you still got Chase Briscoe, who's in his 3rd Cup season, and his season last year, he needs to turn it around. Ryan Preece is back for his 2nd season in the Cup Series. Noah Gragson is now in his 2nd Cup season, even though I don't know how they're going to do the Rookie of the Year situation on Gragson, but we're just going to have to wait and see about that. And then Josh Berry, who ran some Cup races last year, filling in for the injured Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott. I think he's looking forward for a good season. I don't know how great his season will be for the Cup Series in his first full year, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens as far as that is concerned. So the Xfinity Series deal, as I look here, or actually, let me just go over the Cup Series drivers. Um, yeah, I'm just checking here. Not sure what's going to happen to Go Bowling as far as that's concerned. So this is what the list looks like as of right now for the Cup Series. Ross Chastain, the number one. Number two, Austin Cindric. In my personal opinion, Austin Cindric really needs to have a better season than last year, because last year was a sophomore slump. You know, he won the Daytona 500, made the playoffs, got eliminated in 2022. I don't know how good he's going to do, you know, in his third season, because if you notice the trend, he had a sophomore slump last year, never made the playoffs. Of course, Joey Logano made the playoffs along with Ryan Blaney. Logano gets eliminated after the round of 16, and then Ryan Blaney goes on to win the championship. So if I was Austin Cindric, I better get my crap together, or there could be somebody that could replace him very soon that could leave Austin Cindric without a ride. So if anybody, I think, in my personal opinion, for Penske that needs to turn their luck around, it's Cindric, because he's really underwhelming. Of course, Austin Dillon's still going to be in the three. As what the heck was that all about? I don't know what that was all about, but anyway, so we got Austin Dillon the three. That team needs to get their shit together. Josh Berry in the four. Kyle Larson the five. Brad Keselowski will still be in the six. Not sure what. I know all of his sponsors will come back. Corey LaJoie's in the seven. Kyle Busch in the eight, which I know Cheddar's is coming back. As far as that's concerned, Chase Elliott in the nine, which I saw his Hooter scheme. It looks nice. The Lumar is one of those iffy paint schemes I saw, but you know, that's just me as far as my opinion. Kelly Blue Book looks okay. Not the best scheme, not the worst, kind of right in the middle. His Napa scheme is okay. I'm not going to criticize his Napa scheme. That's just my opinion. So yeah. Of course, Noah Gragson the 10, sponsorship TBA for him. Denny Hamlin in the 11, which I wouldn't be surprised if Hamlin has another great season and then doesn't find a way to win the championship. That's just my opinion. Defending Cup champion Ryan Blaney. Rare that you hear me say the words defending champion and Ryan Blaney into the sentence as far as that is concerned. Stuart Haas Racing with Chase Briscoe. Mahindra will be back on his card next year. The 16 Kaulig car is TBA. Don't know what's going to happen that team. My guess would be, as of this recording, or by the time you're watching this, I don't know who will be the driver. You'll find out next week on Triple P. Chris Buescher is back. Joe Gibbs Racing 19 is MTJ, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell in the 20, which, by the way, for any of you that wants to know, I am still cheering for the Hendrick drivers, but I'm going to be more than likely a JGR fan through this year, because I bought some Christopher Bell gear during the off season. So yeah. Harrison Burton back with the Wood Brothers. Joey Logano now in the still in the 22, which I bet you Verizon, Auto Trader, and AAA will be back. Same with Shell Pensoil. It's going to be really weird seeing him running the Hunt Brothers colors. So yeah, really weird if you ask me. So Bubba Wallace returns for 2311. William Byron returns in the 24. No surprise there. Daniel Hemrick will be in the 31. Don't know what sponsors it will be other than leaf filter gutter protection. Michael McDowell in the 34, as I said. Same with Todd Gillen. Not sure what they're going to do for the 36 as far as that non-charter is concerned, but we'll just have to wait and see. Ryan Priest, I already talked about back in the 41. 42, John Hunter Nemechek. 43, Eric Jones, which Advent Health left Trackhouse Racing to go to Legacy Motor Club. Tyler Reddick's back in the 45. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., last year's 500 winner, back in the 47. Alex Bowman is back in the 48, which I'm hoping Alex Bowman runs less non-NASCAR races because I really don't want him to get hurt after he had a great start to 2023 and then it just went downhill from there. Justin Haley, I think, will be in the 51, but TBA on his sponsors and all that. Or actually, they haven't announced which car he'll drive, which will come at a later date. Ty Gibbs, last year's Rookie of the Year, going to be back in the 54 for JGR, or possibly the 18. We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Zane Smith, now driving for Spire Motorsports. He is a rookie, or I don't know if he's running for Rookie of the Year in Cup. I'll have to look that up. I know Carson Hosevar, who made the Final Four in the Truck Series last year. He is going to be full-time in the Cup Series, so Carson Hosevar will get to run his first Daytona 500, and then Daniel Suarez, which I'm hoping Daniel Suarez has a much better season for him in the Cup Series as far as that is concerned. I will go through the Xfinity and the Truck Series next week on Triple P, and also our first recap of the Mexico City E-Prix, which we'll make our predictions later. Of course, we still have Ebers Motorsports that's still making their plans with our RCR. Like I said, Allmendinger is more than likely going to be in the 13. We don't know. Brody Kostecki is going to probably run 2 to 3 races in 2024 with RCR. 36 don't know what they're doing. Money Team don't know what they're doing. David Reagan will be running a third car for the 500 with BuildSubmarines.com sponsoring him. They're also going to run a limited schedule with other drivers. That's TBA. 62 may return. Don't know. 67 unknown as far as that's concerned, but could still run unlimited races. Live Fast Motorsports moving to a non-charter part-time effort with BJ McLeod. Don't know about Josh Bilicki or Anthony Alfredo. We'll have to wait and see. Jimmy Johnson will run a couple of races in 2024 in a Toyota. Strange to hear the words Jimmy Johnson and Toyota because he is normally like a Chevy person. So this will be weird seeing the 84 as a Toyota, if you know what I mean. SVG going to run the 91 because he's a full-time driver in the Xfinity Series. But hey, SVG is also going to run the ARCA race in next month as we get ready for that event. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how you will do here this year in that team. We don't know what he's going to be driving as far as the Truck Series. That's still up in the air as far as that's concerned. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to Triple P, to our agenda. Let's talk about the new point system for USA NASCAR that will debut starting at the Daytona 500. Now, before any of you ask, no, we are not doing the Clash due to, well, our opinion of we don't want to do the Clash and blah, 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 blah. We are going to only do the Daytona 500 for our season premiere. So, based off what we did, and this is going to be the point system, which we used on my other podcast show that I'm no longer going to be returning. So, yes. Let me see here. Looking for the point system. So, for the new system, we are going to, and I'm going to have to put this in Cody's DM, or it's actually in Cody's DM. I posted it in the point system. So, and I'm going to be in charge of the point system. So, depending how many trucks are entered or cars entered, Cup and Xfinity, I'm going to be using first place will be 50, second through 10, 49, 41, 11 through 20 at 40, 31, 21st, 31st, 30 through 30 to 20 points, 10 to 5 points between 30th and 35th, and last place gets one lousy point. Trucks will be 40, 39, yada, yada, yada. So that is how the point system is going to work. Now, I have talked to the panelists about this, and we're still going to do elimination picks, which I don't know how I'm going to do that. I know it's going to be 12 points each. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit messy, but I can tell you when we get to the playoffs this year in 2024, it's really going to make the difference of who will be moving on and who will be eliminated. So, yeah, that's where we're at in that nature. So let's go on. I don't know why I left. No, that's not what I want. Excuse me. Let me go back to Triple P. Let's talk about NR 2003 with the Diva stuff. We're going to have Diva Trucks, Diva Bush, and Diva Cup series for season 1, which I will do recaps on those for Inside the Diva series. That'll be another new podcast coming out on this channel, which hopefully you will tune in for that. Should be an exciting one indeed. So, yeah. All right. It is time for the first predictions of 2023. A look ahead to the first race of the Formula E World Championship, which they're racing at Mexico City this weekend. You can catch that here on the channel. So let's tell you who are the drivers going to be competing for this season. For Andretti Global, it's Jake Dennis and Norman Nato of France. For DS Penske, it will be Stoffel Van Dorn and Jean-Eric Verne. ERT Formula E team will be Sergio Sette Camara and Dan Ticknam. Envision Racing will be Robert Fringe and Sebastian Buemi. NAM McLaren Formula E team will be Jake Hughes, and Sam Bird. MSG Racing, Maserati MSG Racing, that is, will be Maximilian Gunter and Jean Darluvilia of India. I can't even say his name right. Sorry about that. For Jag TCS Racing, Mitch Evans, Nick Cassidy. ABT Cupra Formula E team will be Lucas Degrassi and Nico Mueller. Tag Heuer Porsche Formula E team will be Antonio Felix da Costa and Formula One driver Pascal Verline. Mahindra Racing will be comprised of Nick DeFries and Eduardo Montara. And then the Nissan Formula E team will be Oliver Rowland and Sacha Fenestras. Yes. If I mispronounce any of those drivers' names, I do apologize because of the tongue twister. So we're getting ready to go racing at Mexico City. This track has really caused a lot of crazy things in the past, and I really think it's going to be a fun one. Of course, you got the attack mode in the stadium section. You got all of the other stuff in the other stuff, and I think they're doing like a chicane where they normally run 7 and 8 on the flat part of the track where the Xfinity Series drivers used to race when they raced there in 05 to 08. It's going to be a fun race. I can't wait to see what these drivers will do, and it should be a blast. We will have to wait and see. So with that being said, let's get down to my predictions. My predictions all season long is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi is celebrating 125 years as the official soft drink of Triple P. We look forward to Pepsi's continuation to celebrate 125 more years of being the title sponsor of Triple P. So let's get to my predictions. And panelists, if you're watching this premiere right now, you need to send me your picks in no later than Thursday, because Friday is when I think. Let me actually look at the weekend schedule, the motorsports weekend schedule. As a matter of fact, um, give me 1 second as I'm going to find the 2024 schedule. I said 20. Okay, year. Don't care about the car. Okay, so looks like it will be looks like a 6 p.m. start. I think I could be wrong. Yeah, so it will. I mean, all the stuff will be on the 12th, so that's when the event will be in. So I will need the picks in no later than the 11th if you're watching this premiere right now. So, yeah. Anyway, here are my predictions. Here's how we normally do it for predictions, and I'll explain about the Triple P USA NASCAR predictions as far as the USA is when we get to that at a later date. Global predictions are going to be the same. Driver to win is a driver who we think is going to win the race. Driver stay away from is a driver that really hasn't done well at a track we're coming up to, and is a driver we don't think is going to do well. And dark horse is the opposite of driver to stay away from, as far as that's concerned. Of course, 1 point each for all of the prediction categories and all that, yada yada yada. So here is who I think is going to win this race from Mexico City, as I'm going to go back to the um, list here, and I will also copy the predictions and post this on Discord. So, yes, if you guys want to join Triple P Discord, don't forget to click the Discord link. So, for my driver to win, Mexico City has brought out some surprise winners, and I think this year is going to be no exception. And I think, to me, who won this event last season, as a matter of fact? That would be a good answer to ask. Jake Dennis won this race last year. I'm going to say this year is going to be I'm going to pick Dan Tickham as my driver to win for the Formula E race. So let me type that in. Driver to win, Dan Tickham. And yeah, stay away from driver to stay away from who I think is not going to do well at Mexico. This one was a tough one because, Mexico City, you have drivers who really want to do well and drivers who really don't do well at that track. If there's one driver who I think deserves to be a driver to stay away from, based off what I saw from last year, as far as the points are concerned, I have to say stay away. I'm going to say stay away from. I'm going to say stay away from Dan Tickham. Or not Dan Tickham, I'm sorry. I have him as winner. See, this is what happens when I haven't done a Triple P show in 2 years. Okay. And if somebody tries to tell me, nice derp, Danny, I'm going to give you a misinformed derp because I don't care because it's been a while. So, give me Lucas Degrassi. Of course, last year he finished third. I don't think he's going to do well this year. That's just my opinion. And dark horse. Give me Mitch Evans. So, yes. And of course, with me being on doing these episodes live, it's really fun. I don't know why you put the apostrophe S when I only wanted that. Thank you very much. So, those are our picks. Of course, all of the predictions will be in the new PCSRA Discord, which, by the way, if you have not joined the new PCSRA Discord, the link will be down in the description. All right, so let's get into this week's upcoming this week's upcoming PCSRA activities. As I said, we're going to recap Mexico City. And I think we have, I don't know if we have any races coming up for supercars. Let me look. If not, then we don't have anything coming up for race-wise. We may, which I will check here real quickly. Give me 1 second. Nope, we don't have any race next week that I know of. I'm going to double check. So, yeah. I think there is not going to be any racing next week. So, 2 weeks from today, we're going to recap the Mexico City E-Prix and then preview the Saudi Arabian E-Prix, plus with all the other news and topics and all that, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah. So that's a look at this week's upcoming PCSRA awesome events, brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott, proud sponsor of the Oklahoma City Baseball Club, which I still hate when it's called that, when I rather call it the Oklahoma City Dodgers. That's just my opinion. So, yes. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office is a proud sponsor of Triple P and wants to remind you that drinking and driving is deadly and illegal. Together we can end DUI. Visit enduyok.com to learn more. So, my final thoughts, we're glad racing season's back. The long winter events is done. I'm definitely looking forward to see how Mexico City will do for its opener with this going to be a winner-take-all brawl affair, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to do coming up in the event. So, yes. Again, next week there is not going to be a show. There will be one in 2 weeks when we recap Mexico City. So, yeah. Glad Triple P is back. And, of course, like I said, it's been 2 long years since we've had 2 long years. But, of course, next week we're going to go over the Xfinity and Truck Series stuff. And then the following episode, we will have the recap of Mexico City, and that should be a lot of fun. So if you guys are on Twitch, make sure you follow me on Twitch at PCSRA26. And if you're watching this on YouTube, with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the season premiere of Triple P. I normally don't do the voice, or actually, I normally do the voice deal, but I'm just going to do my normal outro as usual. So, yeah. With that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the return of Triple P. If you guys enjoyed this episode on YouTube, be sure to give it a like. If you haven't considered subscribing yet, I recommend you do so in order to keep up with some awesome content coming out in the near future, as well as future episodes of your favorite podcast coming out throughout the rest of this weekend, onward to the next. On behalf of everybody on Triple P, I'm Data Voiles, aka PCSRA Blue Hedgehog 26, signing off, saying you've been watching another awesome broadcast and podcast courtesy of PCSRA TV, the best NR racing and streaming around the world since 2017. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Monday evening, and we will talk to you again next week when we go over the Xfinity and Truck Series stuff. So until then, have a good night. We'll talk to you next week on Triple P. You've been listening to the Triple P on the PCSRA Radio Network, presented by Courtyard by Marriott.